Imagine having a hidden reservoir of strength within you, one that doesn't require frantic hustle, constant stress, or obsessive control. Picture achieving your goals not by gripping tighter, but by loosening your hold. This isn't about laziness or giving up. It's about tapping into a deeper, calmer form of power that allows life to work with you instead of against you. When you stop forcing every outcome, you create space for clarity, creativity, and opportunity to flow in naturally. Stay with me, and you'll discover how serenity can become your most potent tool for success, love, and lasting inner peace. We live in a culture that glorifies relentless effort, working harder, pushing faster, tightening our grip on every detail. Yet, the more we try to micromanage outcomes, the more we drain our energy and invite anxiety. It's as if we believe control is the ultimate safeguard against failure, when in reality, it often becomes the very thing that stalls our progress. True strength lies in knowing when to release that grip. Letting go is not surrendering your ambition. It's creating space for momentum to build naturally. When you drop the tension, you allow inspiration, insight, and opportunity to find you. Ironically, it is often in moments of calm detachment that life opens doors we didn't even know existed. This is the paradox of empowered flow. Progress doesn't always come from forcing movement, but from aligning yourself and letting life's current carry you forward with ease. The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, built their philosophy on a simple yet profound truth. There are things in life we can control, and there are things we cannot. Wisdom lies in knowing the difference and acting accordingly. Marcus Aurelius wrote of accepting events as they unfold, trusting that the universe has its own rhythm. Epictetus urged his students to focus entirely on their own thoughts, actions, and character, because these are the only domains truly within our power. This teaching directly challenges modern culture's obsession with controlling everything: outcomes, timelines, even other people's perceptions. Stoicism offers a different path: strategic focus. By channeling our energy only into what we can influence, we avoid wasting strength on futile resistance. Acceptance, in this context, is not passive resignation, it is active clarity. In practice, this means when setbacks arise, instead of spiraling into frustration, we adapt. When opportunities appear, we act decisively. We stop chasing the illusion of total control, and in doing so, we reclaim our mental peace. Letting nature unfold isn't about standing still, it's about moving in harmony with reality, making each effort count, and trusting that what's beyond our reach will settle where it's meant to. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference, but in truth, it is the soil in which genuine excellence grows. When we fixate on results, constantly measuring, comparing, and worrying, we strangle the very energy that fuels high performance. It's like an artist so obsessed with creating a masterpiece that they can't even begin. The weight of expectation crushes their spontaneity. Now picture that same artist simply absorbed in the act of creation, brush in hand, lost in the rhythm of color and form. They aren't thinking about how the final piece will be judged. They're present, and in that presence, creativity flows unrestrained. This same principle applies far beyond the canvas. In relationships, when we stop clinging or overanalyzing, connection deepens naturally. In our careers, when we release the need to control every outcome, we often perform better, innovate more boldly, and inspire greater trust. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care from a place of calm confidence rather than fear. It's choosing to show up fully, give your best, and then let go, allowing space for life to respond. From that space, excellence feels less like a battle and more like a natural unfolding. We are taught to see success as a straight path. Set a goal, make a plan, follow the steps, arrive at the destination. While structure has its place, life rarely unfolds so neatly. When we cling too tightly to a rigid plan or timeline, we risk missing opportunities that lie just outside our predetermined route. The fixation on how it's supposed to happen can blind us to how it could happen even better. Some of the most transformative successes arrive unplanned: a chance meeting, a sudden pivot, or an unexpected offer that takes you somewhere richer than your original vision. But to seize these moments, you must be willing to loosen your grip on the exact form and timing of your goals. Stoic philosophy encourages this openness by reminding us that while we can choose our actions, outcomes often arrive in forms we can't predict. Instead of forcing reality to fit our blueprint, we can remain alert and responsive, adapting to opportunities as they arise. The truth is, success is rarely a straight climb. It's a winding journey with detours that, in hindsight, often lead us exactly where we needed to go, even if we didn't know it at the start. William James, often called the father of modern psychology, once stated that the greatest discovery of his generation was that a human being can alter their life by altering their attitude of mind. This insight mirrors one of Stoicism's core convictions. Your thoughts, not fate, determine your experience of life. You are not a passive victim of circumstance. You are the author of your mental narrative. When stress arises, our first impulse is often to blame the situation itself. But the Stoics remind us that the event is neutral. It is our interpretation that gives it weight. By consciously choosing how we frame an event, we reclaim our power. A setback can be labeled as a disaster, or it can be reframed as a challenge that sharpens our resilience. This isn't about denying difficulty or pretending everything is fine. It's about refusing to surrender our peace to events beyond our control. The moment you take command of your inner dialogue, you shift from reactive to proactive living. From this position of mental sovereignty, the outer world no longer dictates your state of mind. You do. And that choice is where true freedom, strength, and clarity reside. Seneca, one of Rome's most influential Stoic thinkers, compared life's hardships to the weights used in physical training. Just as resistance builds muscle, challenges fortify the mind. In this view, struggle is not a sign of weakness or failure. It is the very process through which strength, wisdom, and character are forged. Adopting a growth mindset means reframing adversity as a teacher rather than an enemy. Each setback becomes an exercise in resilience, each obstacle a lesson in patience, each loss an opportunity to deepen empathy. This doesn't make difficulties pleasant, but it does make them purposeful. Instead of asking, why me, we can ask, what is this here to teach me? This shift in perspective transforms the nature of suffering. Struggle no longer signals a breakdown, it signals a buildup. Every challenge faced with openness and discipline becomes a form of mental and emotional weightlifting. Over time, these accumulated reps shape a stronger, steadier version of ourselves, one capable of meeting future trials with calm assurance. As Seneca might remind us, the point is not to avoid the weight, but to grow strong enough to lift it with dignity. The Stoics understood a truth that feels almost radical in today's hyper-accelerated world. No great thing is created suddenly. In an era obsessed with speed, instant results, and overnight success, patience becomes not just a virtue, but a strategic advantage. Rushing the process rarely yields lasting excellence. More often, it breeds shallow results or premature collapse. Patience is not passivity. It is an active, deliberate choice to trust both your effort and the unfolding of time. It's the confidence that you can keep showing up, learning, and improving without demanding immediate rewards. Like a craftsman shaping a masterpiece or a farmer tending crops, patience honors the natural pace at which depth, skill, and resilience are formed. When we surrender to life's pace, we often discover that the waiting seasons are not wasted. They are formative. They strengthen our foundation so that when the moment does arrive, we're ready to meet it with full capacity. In this way, patience is less about trusting the outcome and more about trusting our own ability to grow into the person who can handle it. That slowness, far from holding us back, is often the very thing that ensures our success endures. Panic is a poor compass. When we act from desperation, whether in finding a job, pursuing a relationship, or launching a creative project, we scatter our energy in all directions, chasing anything that might bring quick relief. The result is often missteps, wasted effort, and choices that don't truly serve us. Purpose, on the other hand, acts like a magnet. When you know your why, every decision has a clear point of reference. You move with focus, not frenzy. This clarity is inherently attractive. People sense steadiness, trust your judgment, and are more willing to engage with what you offer. Purposeful confidence has a quiet gravity that frantic striving can never match. In Stoic terms, this is about aligning action with virtue and reason, rather than being tossed by fear or impulse. It's not about moving slowly for the sake of slowness. It's about moving deliberately in a direction that matters. When panic tempts you to grab at the nearest option, step back, breathe, and return to your guiding purpose. With that inner compass, your path becomes not only clearer, but also more resilient against the noise and chaos that often derail the unfocused. One of the most liberating Stoic lessons is the recognition that other people's behavior is outside our control. We can influence, inspire, or communicate, but we cannot dictate their choices, emotions, or growth. Yet many of our frustrations in relationships, romantic, familial, or professional, stem from trying to do exactly that. When we release the need to control others, we reclaim our own peace. This doesn't mean disengaging or becoming indifferent. It means replacing expectations with respect and focusing on our own conduct. Healthy boundaries are born from this mindset. They protect our energy while allowing others the dignity of their own path. Ironically, relationships often deepen when we stop forcing outcomes. Without the tension of demands, there's room for genuine connection to grow. We start responding instead of reacting, listening instead of lecturing, and accepting instead of resenting. In this space, trust flourishes naturally. The Stoics would remind us, your domain is your mind, your actions, your virtues. By nurturing these and letting others own their choices, you create relationships grounded not in control, but in mutual respect, a foundation far more stable than any imposed compliance could ever provide. Alignment is the bridge between effort and ease. It's the state where your actions, values, and intentions are moving in the same direction. No inner conflict, no frantic pushing, just steady progress with purpose. In this state, pursuit transforms into presence. You're not merely chasing a goal, you're fully engaged in each step of the journey. Imagine a farmer preparing a field. They till the soil, plant the seeds, water them carefully, and then, crucially, they step back. They don't dig up the seeds each day to check progress. They trust the process, knowing growth happens out of sight before it appears above ground. This is aligned action, doing everything within your control with care and precision, then letting go of the rest. It is not laziness or blind faith. It's disciplined trust, the confidence that your consistent actions will bear fruit in their own time. When we operate from alignment, we avoid the burnout of overexertion and the frustration of unmet expectations. We stay connected to the present moment while still moving forward, and in doing so, we often find that success meets us more naturally than when we try to force it into existence. A scarcity mindset whispers that there's never enough time, money, opportunity, or even love. It keeps us in a state of constant grasping, unable to appreciate what's already within reach. This mental framing not only fuels anxiety, but also blinds us to the abundance already present in our lives. Shifting to an abundance mindset changes everything. It's not about ignoring challenges or pretending resources are limitless. It's about focusing on what you do have, relationships that support you, skills you've cultivated, opportunities that exist right now. Gratitude is the key here. By recognizing and valuing what's already in place, you rewire your perception from deficiency to possibility. Ironically, this shift often attracts even more of what we value. When we operate from a sense of fullness rather than lack, our decisions are calmer, our energy is more magnetic, and our creativity expands. Abundance, in this sense, isn't about hoarding or endlessly acquiring, it's about alignment with what matters most. From that place, we not only experience greater satisfaction, but also open the door for more growth, connection, and success to flow toward us without the strain of constant pursuit. The Stoic approach to manifestation is not about bending the world to your will. It's about shaping yourself to meet the world with clarity, resilience, and trust. Let go of desperate clinging to outcomes you cannot control. Instead, invest your energy in what you can, your effort, your growth, and your presence in each moment. Let your purpose guide you more than your impatience. Clarity outshines frenzy, and patience builds a depth that rushed results can never match. Detach from demands on others or on life's timing, and place your trust in your own inner strength and steady preparation. When calm becomes your default state, you radiate a quiet confidence that draws the right people, opportunities, and solutions toward you naturally. This is not passive hope, it is active alignment. From this place, success stops feeling like a chase and starts unfolding as a natural extension of who you are becoming. That is the Stoic path to effortless manifestation.